Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the final game of the regular season for the Divine Beastie Boys and Leftovers Forever. This is going to close out their league regular season today. I am Fear Agent. Joining me is the one, the only, the clearest of mice, Clear Mouse.
Yo, Fear, how's it going? Oh man,
It's going great.
thank you. No, thank you so much for having me here on this, as you said, final match of actually week 7 co-op. At least of today. Also of your team, right?
Yeah, this is the two teams' final regular season match. So they had game 1 this morning, or earlier this afternoon, depending on your time zone. And the Divine Beastie Boys won that one for win number 12.
I was gonna say, like, that 36 points next to your team. That's a really impressive number.
It feels pretty cool. It feels pretty cool. If the Divine Beastie Boys can pull this off, that means we'll go 13-1 this season. That would be the best record in the league. Leftovers forever, out of the playoffs, not getting relegated, so just kind of playing this one for fun, which is what Rando should be about anyways. But this is like a fun time zone race because we've got Gamachu is in the Pacific time zone. Chimo, I believe, is in Mountain time zone. Ramon is in the Eastern time zone, or like not Eastern, excuse me, Central European Eastern time zone. And Days Cloud is over in South Korea. So
yeah, this is really quite the international crew, and it's actually we know that like Gamma, Ramon, Days, and Chimo, obviously very talented random runners. But I mean, I think it's just actually that the greatest feat is actually to be able to get the 4 of them together at some time that they're actually able to all race.
Right. So we're playing Randomizer. It's co-op Randomizer. It's 7-7 defeat Ganon still. They're going to start with boots, and then we've got a full boss shuffle. You can see that in the middle of the screen. So we're going to have both teams doing... they're going to share their positions and what they're finding. So, immediate death from Chimo.
Yeah, those dudes, those skeletons, they hurt. They hit like a truck. We only see those really in Turtle Rock, right? And speaking of Ramon, also just got bullied by Gipto there. A lot of these enemies, you don't get to see. It's part of the fun of being an Randomizer, but at the same time, we do start with boots this week.
Ooh, there's a glove there, Backrocks too.
Nice, yeah. But what would really be great to go with those boots? Fear, a sword.
A sword, but. I mean, as commentators and as viewers, I don't want to see a sword at all. The reason that we gave originally last season when we came up this co-op Randomizer mode is we gave them the boots, not because boots are great or everything, but we really wanted to watch people run into rollers and Lionels and all the different stuff that that's not fun to run into. So
so the South Shore path to Ice Rock Cave, I think there have been many a crab instance before, but you dash through those bushes and suddenly you're just hit by a roller. And didn't actually quite catch what Ramon saw on Lumberjack. But
I think it was just bombs. Okay, I don't think I have to worry about that.
Yeah, it looks like Chima's gonna get something very similar. I did take a peek. Our trackers, by the way, Marcy and Daruk, completely amazing trackers, very accurate. Already gonna mark on Dave's side. Ice Palace is our green pendant. Now, of course, this is gonna be just regular, not all dungeons, 7-7. Yep. Yeah, so we don't have to. Hopefully, we're not gonna go, as we dive into Ice Palace. By the way, another fun part about Randomizer, when you have surprise wall masters, Ice Palace right before Holster is hilarious.
So as a viewer and as a
viewer,
commentator, yes. As a player, is awful.
Well, so it's really been on your partner to not tell you.
Totally.
Right?
For sure. And like we said, this is their last race of the regular season. The race, as far as like numbers go, doesn't really fully matter. There's no one's playing for anything really, except to just have a good time. And what's better than silly Randomizer stuff?
Exactly. So. Yeah, exactly. I mean, right. And as you mentioned, right, you imagine having fun playing Rando. The whole point of playing Rando is to have fun. Now, certainly we all do love a little bit of good competition, especially among you know, I would say all friends around here.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but this case, as you said, there's not going to be really any, I think, contention in terms of playoff potential or anything like that. So it's really good. I see Ramon here, soon to be Chimo, going to be finding I already found a sword.
Yeah.
We found a hammer here on race game.
So we're just looking for a moon pearl, and the race this morning they had almost the exact same. It almost feels like the same scene from earlier. Not quite,
we
but
did roll a new one, right?
It was yeah, they did roll a new one, but they have hammer, they've got glove, they've got a sword coming out of Kakariko. Just looking for that moon pearl. Early blue mail there at the dam is also very nice in this mode.
And yeah, you know, of course, we do talk about, you know, people maybe not necessarily liking an armor, certainly sort of early in the seed, just because death warping is actually a very nice way to be able to kind of, you know, get out and save some time. However, in Randomizer, I don't really think you're going to complain too much.
Yeah. So there's a bottle in the back of the well, as long as some hearts. Yeah, I feel like you tell your partner do cac well, even though there's not actually any progressive stuff, but 2 heart containers and a bottle with a fairy is pretty useful in this mode.
Yeah. No, actually, you bring up a very good point too, Fear. You know, sometimes especially with these co-op seeds, right? You know, you do on the plus side, you get a benefit. You get the partner to tell you, you know, where all the things are. On the downside, you get a partner who forgets to tell you where everything is. That, you know, may not necessarily matter. Like, for example, your heart containers may not always make the cut, right? You're always thinking about, you know, like, oh yeah, I found the glove. Oh yeah, I found the hammer. Oh yeah, you know, I found the sword. Yeah, and especially Days. Oh my gosh, he would really, I think, like that sword from where Chimo got his.
Oh, for sure. Oh my gosh, the book and there's the book. There's Dark World Nexus. Again, in their seed this morning, book was in this exact same spot. Yes.
For sure, we rolled a new seed, right?
It is a new seed. It's just pretty funny.
Okay, all right, okay. Well, you know, so I also do notice on trackers, looks like actually most like Gamma, Ramon, and Shima also have a red boomerang. Also, again, Randomizer, you are very happy to have something that stuns.
So the gloves were in Bonk Rocks, and Ramon's going to use those to check out the back of Escape.
Typically a very easy check to be able to do. Of course, with the gloves, of course, an Randomizer, you're always going to be a little bit on your toes to see what you end up dropping down. And you know, just like that. There's a surprise PMOS.
Just waiting for you. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So Dave's going to do the fake or the water walk here.
Yeah, this is, and in fact, so especially without a sword, this is even going to be a bit more dangerous.
Scary, yeah.
Yeah, so, you know, the thing is, you know, just like Randomizer, you know, it's just kind of like water and oil. Water walking, especially without a sword, and Randomizer is really kind of very similar. You have to be super careful.
Yeah.
Right? See that bird? I mean, that you're watching the bird. You're watching this pickle right here. Oh, thank you, Ice Freaks.
All right, so also got powder out of the half magic's really nice, and the bow out of logic.
Oh my
Sweet.
Gosh, yeah. That's definitely water locked. Flipper's locked. Good thing for us from this guts.
Oh no.
Dazed. Yep. This Dazed is demonstrating why it's very dangerous to be able to fake Flipper.
Even with a sword, he would have got electrocuted.
Because it's a pickle. Yeah.
Gotta watch out for those pickles. They bite.
Yeah, and you know, talk about actually, especially in the early game, right? Yeah, you know, a lot of chaos, a lot of excitement, right? There is some sort of method to the madness, but also, you know, you're also not only trying to survive an Randomizer, in this case, like Daisy, for example, without a sword. I think you've also got your partner to, like, you know, he's yelling in your ear, like, oh yeah, hey, I got the glove. Hey, I got the the sword, right? And you're just like, and hopefully you remember everything.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like those beast strats from Ramon. Really taking a page out of Dave's book here in from Krosky's.
Yeah, so the Beastie Boys have their Moon Pearl information. They're gonna clear out the castle here. It will be interesting because I don't think we've seen the map yet. Have we seen the map?
I don't think so. At least not so far. Chimo, again, another one of those things where I think usually every single one of these guys are super comfortable with Dark Room, especially in Escape. But you know, we're kind of looking at like the shadows or like the light up enemies here in Escape. We've got a bunch of red guards and and these guys are super.
This is awful. Yeah, yeah. That is rough to get through in the dark.
Yeah, I mean, even if you remember, like, if we beat, Aghanim, and then that, the screen right in the light world right outside the library, right? With that red guard that just basically just chases after you, just does, just mows you down. I mean, we got 3 of those in Dark Escape, right? It's really bad.
You know what I love about these Hinoxes is they're big and scary, but all it takes is one bomb and they go down.
That's true. That is true.
So is it just another map? Is it map? What was in the map chest, the first check of Hyrule Castle?
No, I unfortunately didn't
because I think the Dark Cross might just be a map.
Okay. Yeah, there's actually something going to be pretty good for, hopefully in this case, either one maybe our trackers caught it, or we're just going to basically get to see that again on, in this case, probably Leftovers Forever side. So
speaking of leftovers, this is the day after Thanksgiving in the US here. How's your leftover game going?
Oh, I have not actually had any leftovers, but I do hear that turkey sometimes is actually better leftovers.
I actually prefer
like the day of.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, see now I'm all hungry thinking about turkey and like mashed potatoes and sweet potatoes and oh man, I really love. So honestly, like I think I'm actually probably more of a bigger fan of the Thanksgiving sides as opposed to like the main course, but
sure,
it's all good. It's all good
for sure. So Ramon checking out Zora, which Days didn't get to do, but just a 10% return, not great.
Yeah,
and
right.
Chimo's our first into the Dark World.
Yeah, it looks like actually Ramon ended up getting a lot of money from the back of Escape, right? 300 in there, and then Days unfortunately didn't go there quite yet, so. Alright. So yeah, let's say it says, we got a shovel. Okay, got money.
Shovel was very big in the last race, so I imagine Chimo's going to check that. Yeah, it was Chimo and Mystic playing. Shovel led to the mitts. Shovel was in the pyramid, and they got it just before the Divine Beastie Boys hit go mode in the last seed. So
really,
yeah. So they're gonna prioritize that shovel
heck yeah!
based off of earlier.
Yeah, you see Chimo just dashing straight up. By the way, also surprise roller here in Dark World Overworld.
That's the most fun is the stuff that comes out of the bushes that you don't know that's there. Both boomerangs.
Yeah, looks like we can actually do a little bit of juggling. And unfortunately, no mirror in order to go over to the dig spot. So, but as you said, it especially was so eventful this morning. You're definitely someone's gonna be able to going over there in the light world.
yeah, for sure. And so it looks like, again, if you watched the race earlier, doing a lot of the same. Oh, there's a Lionel in Ramon's way. Doing a lot of same early routing with Ramon checking the pyramid. He'll probably take this all the way to Catfish. And then Gamma's over in VOO doing these checks here.
Yeah, no, I mean, especially in this case, especially if you guys got a win under your belt, right? With the same similar opening or strategy, no reason to deviate from what we know works. Yeah, and really, one of the nice benefits, of course, among other many reasons to play co-op, is that a lot of these you can split up a lot of the checks. You don't necessarily have to worry about what's the route, best route, what I'm gonna do if I'm gonna isolate pyramid or whatever. You got a partner to do that for you. What did we just read on pedestal?
That's Ether.
Okay, yep. Well, all right.
And there's the mitts. Oh my gosh, is this the same seed? Oh my, what the heck?
Are you sure we rolled a new one?
I can confirm that they rolled it, but his hammer was off of mushroom in the first seed, but mitts in both spots is bananas.
All right, yeah, you said we got. There's a lot of it looks like PRNG going on here.
Wow.
We got early. Okay, fear. All right. So what in the last game? What was Ether for? Was it for anything?
Ether was in the Hyrule Castle, and it was for Turtle Rock, which also Leftovers Forever forgot for a while.
I see. Okay. All right. Okay. We're gonna keep our eyes out for this for potential Meyer and Ether medallions here. I mean, that knowledge, of course, with the book. I'm sure in this case, Divine Beastie Boys are also gonna make their way over the pedestal relatively soon. But that knowledge that having Ether there on the pedestal, is very big.
Yeah, and you see Ramon immediately checking the shovel too as well.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely some lingering sentiments. It looks like from Leftovers Forever. Leftover Seeds, Divine Beastie Boys Forever. I totally get it.
I mean, it's just crazy. It's crazy. All right, so Thieves Town is a crystal. We don't know what the boss is, but what's something special about Thieves Town, Claire Mouse, in this mode?
What is something these? Well, okay. So as soon as Gamma basically makes his way out of that red guard, it looks like actually he's potentially maybe just gonna go straight to the boss's room because in Randomizer, this is gonna be full boss shuffle. We don't know what boss it is currently, but you do not need to go rescue the maiden, and you can just take a peek right here now. So potentially not, maybe even be able to skip the back, but you know, Gamma.
Oh, he's going to the back.
Yeah,
Wow.
he's saying no.
I think maybe because of what was in the front, I didn't count the items.
Okay, all I saw was a small key in the front. I mean, we can also see that on the counter too. We also, and by the way, nice feature about, of course, about Randomizer. Gamma, please live. Oh no, that's.
Oh, I think he's got a fairy.
Okay. Oh, okay, that's good. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say. So, I did take. I saw a tail end map check on Days Aside in Skull Woods. We do see it is a crystal, but of course, a nice feature about Randomizer is that if you do have a compass, you can see what the boss is in Randomizer. As Days is just getting absolutely bodied by all of these enemies. If this is not the easiest room, okay, there are no easy rooms in the game at all. Are you looking to see what is on Gamma side?
Oh, it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. This is like, do not go back here.
There's a reason why people just rush straight to the boss room because of exactly something like this happening. Wow, Gamma are very, very well done, both on Gamma's side and on Days' side, being able to actually successfully navigate some ridiculously difficult places. Oh, Days is really gonna try and go for this fairy. Whew. Just for all that work for a small key.
I mean, for Gamma, he's really gonna hope to find something doing this because there's a really strong chance your opponents don't go to the back.
Yeah. Well, right. I mean, at least here for the benefit, of course, you know, this being co-op, is that even if you kind of do some, like, let's say, out-of-the-way checks, right? Maybe in this case specifically, you know, for Thieves Town, it means a bit more time investment in Randomizer.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Hinox, for those switches.
That was really well done. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, maybe it's not going to be, you know, as punishing. Oh wow, that was a very quick map check on Days' side. I don't even think I caught anything.
Yeah, hopefully our trackers were able to pick that up.
Our trackers are.
Oh, there's silvers, by the way.
Oh, that's nice. Okay, so you know, so I think especially in Randomizer, if you find the cape, most likely you're going to go pick up the silver.
Yeah. So Chimo in desert, but doesn't have a fire source. And it looks like he's going to the back as well.
Is he gonna steal the small key? Is that's the only reason I can think of?
I don't know. There's no real reason to steal a key because they have the boots, right?
That's a very good point. Yeah.
Oh, he just got the lamp on the ledge.
Oh,
okay,
cool. Yeah. No, thanks, chat.
Where was the mirror? There's so much happening. Mirror in the back of Thieves Town.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is huge. That's exactly what Gamma Shoe needed.
Is this part of Gamma Shoe's like trademark? Is
going to where progression is?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Well, hopefully for this case, for Days and Chimo's sake, they also. It looks like we have a vanilla blind fight today.
Except it's a worse blind because you can't do the script, and Gamma is going to die.
Gamma is going to die. Yeah, this is a very rough fight because for those of you who may have run NMG before, this is essentially the equivalent fight of you die in the blind the first time and you have to go back basically.
Yeah.
And that the refight is significantly harder because, as you just said, Fear, like you don't get to position yourself up top and start with the script. You have to go chase him down, and already he's just
Okay, so Eastern, Hera, and Ice are our pendants.
Okay.
It looks like Swamp and Desert are our 5-6, and we've got Moth in Desert, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, this is a really nice arena for runners, for Moth, because by far the most difficult part of fighting Mothula is just all the spikes in his arena. So you don't have to worry in this case about anything. But yeah, that is crystal number 1 down for Leftovers Forever. Nice on the map.
So what are we looking for? We're still looking for quite a bit of stuff, but it feels like we found a lot at the same time.
Yeah. I mean, we got super early, fast Dark World access along with myths. Both teams in this case know that the myths exist. So certainly looks like we're gonna be, Gamma's on his way to Hype Cave.
Yep.
Gonna go dig spot, and he has the mirror from the back of Thieves Town. So his trick to the dig spot's gonna be a little bit nicer.
Yeah, that's the big difference here. Is we really need Days to go
to the back.
into the back. Yep.
Now, of course, if he just goes to the front now, which is totally fine, by the way, he always has the option of going back. But looks like he's
This is
the
good.
same.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
This is great for Dazed. Yep.
Yeah. Yes, no, we know this is great for Days. Days is gonna go and look at that attic room, and he's gonna be
Right.
like, "Oh, I don't want to be here anymore."
Yeah, yeah.
That's actually kind of nice. And those spikes, of course, yeah, if you can actually knock enemies into there, it does basically gold sword damage.
So you kind of want to use that spike or something as a way to damage boost through like the stuff that'll do more hearts, like the
like the
basically
chops.
everything else, pokies, the roller.
That's what's kind of what Daze was trying to do, but he's kind of realizing that he needs this key. Is he the fairy still? I can't remember.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's still got. Okay, that's good.
He's got fairy and he's got some iframe, so I think hopefully he'll be okay for this one.
So what's good is he's gonna get the mirror in the basement, right? And he'll tell Chimo, and Chimo won't have to deal with going up in the attic. He just has to hit the switch.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah. And you know, so this actually the key stealing in Thieves Town doesn't actually come up very often. It comes up a little bit more like in spoiler, because if you know in this case all Thieves Town's a pendant, I need something on a big chest or something, or in the back, like you can go steal it. Or in this case, if you have specifically co-op, you know you don't
He's
have
bombing
to
it.
He's
bombing.
It's his habit here.
Yeah.
You ever run any type of any game, you just know that the attic is just you just have to do it. Maybe it's for good luck and prosperity.
That's good. It looks like Gamma going up the mountain.
Yeah, it looks like it too. And of course, this is totally out of logic. We don't have flutes. We don't have the lamp. Obviously, that was why it's a big.
Well, yeah, the lamp is in logic. They just don't know that the lamp is in logic yet.
Oh, right, yeah, right. Chimo's the only one that has found it in the desert. Yeah. But you know, speaking of Dark Room's Randomizer, honestly, the old man isn't super awful. It doesn't have to be. It looks like Gamma actually got out fairly scot-free. But in the event that you do die, you unfortunately have to start in the dark cave again, and you have to basically rescue the old man until until you're out.
Yeah.
That is a nice cape. We know where silvers are. I don't think we got any
I
scouting.
don't think so, no.
Yeah, I don't think we got scouting on Divine Beastie Boy's side, but I certainly, Shimo and Daze will be very happy to see that.
Yeah, big time.
Okay,
the ice rod. Okay, we must have saw that earlier, right? Or is that the first time? Because does Gamma not have the ice rod?
There's too much going on.
There's so much going on. There's stuff is happening so fast. I mean, we're 20 minutes in, and look at everything that we found.
All right, nothing on ether tablets. We did actually get a check at Dark Cross. Looks like there was actually an item in there, so Chimo definitely went back, and it was just 20 rupees. So
yeah, okay.
We got everything cleared out.
Much easier when you have the lamp there.
Oh yeah. Imagine being able to see. Alright, Daze is making his
nice chain chomp.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, this Death Mountain, you thought Death Mountain couldn't have been worse because you're like, oh, Randomizer shuffles out the dead rocks, great, and then you see what they shuffled it out with.
Right.
You're very sad. Ooh, Daze actually
this
did a
is
good job.
This has been a lot more fun of an Randomizer than this morning's.
Okay, well, I mean, was it just boring this morning, or is it very similar to the
It was like safe and it wasn't too tough. This stuff has been a lot of fun. Just all of those like thieves or whatever those guys are that bully you around. Seeing those guys around is always fun. Trying to dash through them because I don't think they're killable in this mode.
I believe you're correct. Actually, I believe they are. Unfortunately, they're going to persist through the end of time, or at least to the end of the sea. Yeah, it looks like actually. So yeah, I was gonna say like Blind. You talking about thieves? Blind claims yet another victim on Daze's side, just like what he did for Gamma. But so Chimo
gonna clean it up. So what I think happened is there was a lot of items in the back, and that's why both teams went to the back. It must have been like map, key, small key, big key. There's Samaria, by the way.
Yeah, looks like. Alright, both tablets are completely useless, so we're just gonna have to kind of wait and see see what happens for Turtle Rock. And of course Meyer. We are missing, of course, a flute. We do know, of course, that Meyer's a crystal, and so we do need to know to have it eventually.
Yeah, Ether's gonna be a big one, right?
Yeah, and so far, right, Divine Beastie Boys, Gamma, or Ramon hasn't gone back to sea. But I mean, like we've got the book. We're gonna go back to Skull Woods.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Skullwoods is a crystal, so and you have the mirror and everything. So
Exactly. Yeah.
was there anything on Graveyard Ledge? I just missed that.
I also just missed that as well.
Oh, they are killable. That's good.
Okay.
That's good. There's Jazz Hands coming out though.
Oh yeah, another
like
great enemy that just literally pops out at you. It does a hard damage.
There it is. We got a ped seed, chat.
It is Ether.
Nothing says this is the final game of the regular season like there's a ped requirement in this all dungeons. Yeah. Now all dungeons. This is more like 80 co-op 80, right?
Yeah, co-op 80 minus Aga potentially. Although, so this is different now from the seed earlier, right? This was not 80
yes,
earlier.
It's definitely not 80. Right. I think Ramon and Gamma finished at like 110 or something, something ridiculous.
Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah.
By the way, very understandable. I mean, Ramon and Gamma are probably, two of the I would say like top tier runners for this community. I mean, obviously, like Ramon is probably arguably one of the best runners for cross keys. I mean, this is not cross keys, but I mean, very very talented. So. Ooh, are we potentially going to see? Oh, we don't have a hook shot.
He's not going to hover. Oh, that's a nasty. Look at that hook shot cave.
How can you hover this?
This is awesome.
Here, like, how can you even get this chest without the? Wow.
The cape is going to be an all-star in this race.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even sure with that chomp guarding the last chest. Like, even with the hook shot, I'm not even sure how you're going to get that.
Yeah, I think you hook and then maybe. I don't even know.
Yeah,
it's gonna be interesting when they do find the hook shot.
Yeah, the good part of for you, being here in the commentary booth here is that you get to watch your teammates figure it out. You don't have to do anything.
Yes. I skipped a couple weeks, and this was one of them. And Swordless, like, not a fan of either of those modes.
Okay, yeah, I was actually kind of curious, right? I was gonna ask you, like, so for this particular week, like, was it that Gamma and Ramon chose to play this, or did you just say like, or were they voluntold?
Well, okay, so Gamma didn't want to play Retrance, right? So
okay.
Ramon and I had the Retrance one, and we all kind of wanted to do 4 co-ops. So it just kind of worked out that way. Mm-hmm. So Gamma and I did the first week, Ramon and I did the 4th week, and now Gamma and Ramon are doing the last week. So yeah, it gets a little bullied there. Nice.
Yeah, talking about Gamma and doing the co-op, that Ropo was having none of it.
So much fun. This is the Randomizers that I was looking forward to, right? Like, just silliness. You can't prepare for it because you just don't know what's coming.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, of course, being hookshotless means that we can't Herapot in this particular case. But sometimes, because of how the Randomizers or might spawn it, you actually could not be able to do Herapot just because you don't have the timing, because the fire guard's in the way, or anything like that. So sometimes it's just better to be, safe.
Mm-hmm. So Ramon and Gamma don't know about the pedestal yet. So he's going to do pod. I don't think he's going to do Eastern, or he might not finish it. And Gamma didn't finish Hera either, right? Got the 2 items left.
Right, yeah, he just left because I think we have to put the we knew the Hera was a pendant, so it looks like maybe he just didn't want to commit.
Right, so they don't know. They don't know yet that I don't think he's gonna make this. By the way.
Yeah, this.
Oh wow,
hybrids, man.
That worked. So for the Divine Beastie Boys, you really want the Fire Rod to show up so they're incentivized to go check Skullwoods and check Pedestal.
Yeah, because right now it looks like, I mean, and certainly, of course, in this case, Ramon and Gamma are still making really good progress, right? Ramon's doing pod. It's a fully clearable crystal dungeon from his perspective, which is really great. And Gamma's still, doing a lot of checks, right? But yeah,
he did all of the mountain except for Hookshot Cave, which he couldn't do because he didn't have Hookshot. Right. But he is turning in a mushroom that he picked up. I think that was Paradox or something.
Yes, let's go with that.
Something. It was somewhere.
Yeah, it was somewhere. Yes.
So earlier the mushroom turn-in was the hammer. What's it going to be in this seed? Is it going to be something big again?
Is it going to be bombos? Oh,
just a heart.
Oh, all right. Gamma very understandably coming back again. You can. There is no such thing as pride in Randomizer. You use those potions and fairies, and if you pick up the bug net, you use it.
Yes, for sure.
Days is, you know, actually, if we're kind of seeing, actually, outside of that first sword that we found in Blindside, actually, no real offensive upgrades, actually, for quite some time, right? No Master Sword, no hook shot. You know, hook shot actually would be really great, right? Pen Gators, Popos, those shadow guys that we kind of saw in Zora's Domain, you know, they all just kind of die in one hit.
Yeah. So here's something interesting, is even though you don't need the bow for a lot of different rooms, like the bow side of a pod and Randomizer. Oh, there's the hook shot, by the way.
That's a really nice find on Ramon's side.
So even though you don't need it, it is still part of the logic to have the bow there.
Oh, right. Yeah.
And with the bow being in Waterfall Fair, you might think they're doing this stuff out of logic, but Gamma found the in logic cape, which gives them access to the bumper ledge.
Oh man! What happened on Ramon's side? If the bomb didn't explode or something?
Yeah, I'm not sure. This is going to be big. This is going to be a race, really. I think right here. Oh, he's trying to bomb his way through it.
Oh man, yeah, right, because he doesn't have the cape yet. He hasn't been up the mountain. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's a classic pod bridge. By the way, is you see at least one spike there.
Sure. So Divine Beastie Boys really need to make sure that they check the pedestal here. So that they have that information that they do have to clear out those pendants.
And this being co-op, I think it's actually very reasonable for after Gamma to finish, to just go back and just check the pedestal after he's done with the Manila Big Key chest, right? I mean, it's information.
Yeah.
Looks like though, so Chimo's kind of making his way up to Tower Para. Now, of course, you know, he and Days knows that it is a pet seed. So
not yet. Not yet.
Oh, right.
They haven't seen Turtle Rock.
You're right. That's a very good point. So I actually hope that Chimo actually.
I imagine he's up on the mountain. Yeah. And well, I guess, we'll see. That is going to be interesting.
Yeah. Gamma with that Cane of Samaria, though, infinitely easier time than what Days had to go through. Just being placed down the block, doesn't have to worry about any of the enemies and just stunning them in order to get through.
Gamma not pulling out the mirror, so they're not getting that information right now.
Okay, alright. Well, I mean, the Fire Rod, as you said earlier, right? Once the Fire Rod shows up, they're going to be able to check it pretty quickly. And right now, you know, it's not like this being a pet seed has really hurt them all that much, right? You know, going back up to Hera is going to be pretty quick so far.
So Chimo and Days have actually stayed pretty close to each other. Ramon and Gamma have split up a lot, so it's really hard to tell who's ahead. The leftovers are definitely in a good spot with that information about the pedestal, because you see Chimo going to kill whatever boss is here in Hera.
Yeah, and honestly, like the fact that it is a pet seed, right? They know in this case that is, as they have to basically fight all the dungeons. I think actually being so close, together, actually isn't going to be too much of a quote unquote like detriment.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's like part of in this case like the strategy that Gamma and Ramon looks like they're doing, right? As much coverage as possible, try and split up the work, because you're really just trying to find stuff, right?
Yeah.
What stuff you can skip, and in this particular case, you can't really skip much.
Yeah.
We're still doing all the dungeons.
Okay, so let me think. That was our second moth, and there are 3 doubles in a full boss shuffle.
Right. So we're not gonna be seeing moth today. So we also don't know what the boss is in at least in the back of Skull Woods. Could be some fun ones, right? Helmasaur showing up, I think, is a fan favorite.
Oh, of course.
Some more dangerous ones though that may not be runner's favorite could be like Vitreous. That one's a very dangerous boss.
Yeah, I can tell you what's not going to be in the back of Skull Woods.
Oh, what's that fear?
Moth.
That's true.
We've seen 2 of them.
That's true. That arena actually can still be pretty. I guess it's still high variance, right? Because Moth is actually a pretty difficult boss fight there.
Look at this chain chomp. Oh no.
Oh my gosh, Ramon is a nice boss buffer. You don't see menuing all that often either. This is a really good place to use it. Looks like we got a landmouse here in the back of pod. We got some ice rod action going on. This is
Where was that half magic?
Half magic was in Waterfall with the other.
Oh, okay, I see.
I think Ramon would be quite happy to have those silvers that Gamma has.
Well, he doesn't have silvers.
Right, the other bow. I mean.
Right, because Gamma didn't pick up the waterfall. So, Just the hook shot coming out of pod. Of course, the crystal is important as well.
Yeah, actually, do we know if this is a 5/6? Looks like it's not, right? It's just a
No,
regular.
our
crystal.
5/6 are swamp and
Yeah, it's kind of a little hard to tell.
Skull Woods, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. If 5/6 crystals on in Swamp and Skull Woods, they're potentially gonna route in Pyramid Fairy pretty nicely. Oh, looks like actually Ramon probably just. Oh no, he's just going to Eastern. Okay. Yeah, makes a lot of sense. He's got the bow here. He's got the mirror. This is going to be, of course, a pendant dungeon. Maybe Ramon will finish, depending on where the items are.
That could be big.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see. So this is potentially an instance where, especially if you play cross keys, you may be in the skip Eastern camp. And one of the reasons why you don't want to come back to Eastern a second time is getting to the back can be a little bit more time consuming.
Right. So I think if you're rooting for the Beastie Boys, you want an item to be on the boss, and it needs to be clearable. Now it's possible that it's just like try next, right? And nobody can clear it yet.
Yeah, that's true. We don't have the compass yet. The hope is that Ramon is gonna find the compass before, and it's not gonna be at the boss because how very useful that will be.
Leftover is about to find out that it is in fact a pet required seed.
Yeah, this is gonna be great on Shimo and Dais's side. I mean, Shimo may have to dress up the message a little bit, so Daisy
right.
that, but it's,
guess what? Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, we're gonna be here for a while. I hope you have another beverage with you.
Right. Gamma in here without the lamp. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, actually, as you mentioned too before, right? We're gonna go through this dark room potentially if we're gonna basically just kind of go and blind see what's in the back. Dark rooms and Randomizer, especially, this can be quite dangerous.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and honestly, if so that's the good news I think for Gamma right now is that he's kind of at least here at the back of he's I think he's trying to buy out some time to see what Ramon's gonna do, because so far I don't think any enemy or any good items have come up in Eastern yet, and of course this being a pendant, they don't know it's a pet seed.
Yeah.
They may be like Gamma may not have much incentive to come in here.
Oh no, this roller, man, it is awful.
Roller on Shimo's side.
Oh, there's the flippers, and he's out.
Right. Okay.
All right, that's bad for the Divine Beastie Boys.
Because I think was that 2 items, or was that?
I think that might have been 3. I think the compass is on the boss.
Oh, of course, classic compass on the boss.
So we can't beat Cold Stare, we can't beat Trinex, but we can kill everything else.
Yeah, the hook shot is always real nice to be able to see. That is, of course, one of the only items we can use in order to kill Argus, which will, of course, show up.
All right, good luck, Gamma, going to the dark rooms of pod back here. I don't know how bad it was, really. I remember there was there were chomps on the way back. But he has the cape, so he could just dash through that.
Right, yeah, and of course, there's another benefit of having a co-op partner, especially one with a lamp, is like, Gamma could just be like, oh, do you remember anything funny about, the backup pod? And Ramon's could be like, oh yeah, like, I saw this and that, because I think part of the difficulty as from a runner, doing, let's say, like, dark rooms or Randomizer, is the elements of surprise, right? You've killed these enemies a million times before, right? It's just like, you're not expecting them to come out at you, when they do. Speaking of, we would like another sword, by the way. That would be quite swell. Yeah,
I mean, they're going to swamp, so there's guaranteed to be a sword there.
That's true.
It was also funny about the leftovers is, as Chimo entered Hookshot Cave, Dazed opened the Hookshot. It's just one of those silly things that happens when you're playing this mode of like, oh no.
Now, actually, so I don't know if the tech is there, potentially, but I mean, so like, I know the NMG has an actual like co-op, as in one person finds an item and then the other person automatically gets it.
Oh yeah.
Interesting for for League, right? For Rando. This case, right? If once Daze picks up the hook shot, Chimo's already hook shot, right?
Yeah.
Instant gratification.
So I feel like Seeds would be really fast if you did that.
Oh yeah, for sure. All right, Daze.
There's pokies and stuff, but
they're okay.
And one of those like rocks or whatever that you get stuck on that you have to activate when you touch it or whatever. But he was able to get through it pretty quickly.
All right. So no half magic on Gamma's side. Also, yeah. looks like those. We're gonna do this as best as we can. Looks like we're gonna break out the hammer for Lamos. I was also gonna say though, also I think Days also got kind of the short end of the leftover stick as well because he doesn't have the Cane of Samaria from him from Paradox, so he had to deal with those statues twice now.
Right.
Ooh, Chimo. Looks like he's actually gonna try and set up a curtain.
he actually had, he had some trouble earlier with getting stuck in the water.
Oh, really? Uh-oh.
So I think it should be better now, but.
All right. Well, hopefully he's gonna work out for him.
I think he might be too high with, or it's too. Looks like he might be too early with his bombs. Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, because it looks like the bomb isn't exploding by the time that he is tossing it. All right.
There he goes.
Yeah.
First try.
Yeah, with a bomb to spare too.
So both Gamma and Ramon are going to be double dipping Eastern. Again, we don't know what the boss is here, but.
Yeah, but I think in this case, Gamma, probably just following Ramon's lead is, he saw those flippers, right?
Yeah, he knows he needs to get those flippers.
Yeah, but given that Ramon here is in left side swamp, Gamma's probably gonna follow him shortly. Because actually, okay, from Gamma and Ramon's perspective, they don't think that they, need. In this case, like all dungeons or whatever, pet seed, they're looking at a flute and ether, fire rod. I mean, you don't really need all that much.
Yeah.
So they're certainly still very much in, let's try and get as much coverage as possible.
Look at these rollers.
Yeah.
Rollers and chain chomps are the story today. I love it.
Oh my gosh. Imagine coming over here without a hook shot. You have to do that.
Oh my gosh.
Like, no, thank you. I'm not actually sure if we got a catfish check earlier, but this is gonna be.
Yeah, Ramon did it earlier.
Okay.
I don't think it was much of anything.
Oh man, Chimo even got quick fish. See, this is why he's a hitbox and not a hit circle. He just got just the tail end of that corner. Oh, yeah, really nice. Saves like 20 frames actually. This is like like a third of a second. It's pretty good.
I know Chimo's been getting really good at NMG. He's in the NMG league.
That's great. Yeah. Looks like though no flippers. Of course, we know that they're in Eastern Palace. Days is gonna go get them real soon, but maybe
I'm curious as what the boss is here in Eastern.
Yeah,
because Days knows they need that pendant.
Right, and of course, luckily Days also has the lamp from Desert. That's a very good item to have.
Nothing really so far in Swamp. Let's see if there's anything in the back.
Yeah, and I think right now Chimo, I'm not unless
the sword. Always a sword in Swamp, Claire Mouse.
Now, of course, we're always happy to see that regardless. It may not be Argus, so, a Master Sword Argus. Oh my gosh!
Double swords in Swamp.
Okay, we can handle any boss now.
Yeah.
Say like Master Sword Argus isn't like super fun. It doesn't have to be Argus, of course, but Temper Sword now we're just golden.
Yeah. There is Bombos on the island. I don't think you saw that before.
Oh, I think actually, now that you mention it, Days I think scouted it
on. There's the last sword.
Oh my gosh! Really? Oh. Okay, so I guess all of our swords are just, all three of our swords are waterlocked, like from flippers.
Yeah, apparently.
Oh my god.
That was fast.
Yeah, actually, imagine though, if you had boosted to waterlock all the way to Hobo, for an early sword, you'd be like, oh, I could have been a Master Sword this whole time?
I think Ramon's heading into ice now, yeah.
Okay. Alright, okay.
I'm surprised he didn't do the pyramid.
Is that going to be Gamma's responsibility?
Swamp Desert. He's got them both 5-6 crystals, so.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like Gamma's also going to pick up Bombos.
Oh, he's not. He's going up to the mountain.
Yeah, someone is going to Ice Palace, I imagine, between Gamma and Ramon, but probably not both of them. Maybe it's going to be Gamma?
So, yeah, Ramon doesn't have the...
Oh, okay. Or not.
Samaria.
Oh, right. Okay, so maybe that's what Ramon wants to do.
Oh, he's going to get silvers.
Gotcha.
And half magic as well.
Makes total sense.
All right, Day's heading to the back of Eastern. We'll see what that is back there.
Yeah, it looks like Chimo is making his way into pod. He definitely wants that hook shot, and at this point, where we do see that Days has found the flippers in the middle Dicky chest of Eastern, so a lot of goodies here. But of course, again, Days and Chimo know that they have to do both dungeons because it is a pedestal scene. So they're definitely gonna spend their time basically place out days.
This
Oh
room
my
is
God.
hilarious. Yep. It's not the most trolly, but it's also fun.
He's trying to get that key. Did he actually
He
get the
missed
key?
it. He did not get the key.
Days,
It's
go
on the
back,
floor still. It's on the floor. There it is.
4 days, 4 daes. Days really wish he had that cape, by the way.
Yeah.
I think maybe after this, I certainly would not blame Days at all if he just wants to go back just for the cape on Spec Rock and then.
Sure. Yeah, that cape is totally gonna be worth it.
Yeah. So speaking of having a hook shot, though, all those shadow guys, right? You know, very native, of course, to Ice Palace, but hook shot basically just takes care of them in one shot.
Look at Gamma's poor little shield down there.
It's just disappeared.
What do you think we have back here in Eastern?
Alright, what haven't we seen? Yeah, so
We've seen blind and a couple of moss.
Yeah,
and
let's try. Let's. You know what? I'll bet Helmasaur. That's my guess.
Helmasaur.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's Trinix.
Okay. All right. Yeah, certainly. You know, if you are, I guess, you know, partially if you're rooting for Leftovers Forever in this case, you want Days' trip to be worthwhile. You don't want him to make it basically all the way back here and then figure out that he can't in this case to be.
Yeah. There's the fire rod and it's cold stare. Oh no, he can't do that because of the flippers are in Eastern and Bombos.
Yeah.
And of course the fire rod is fire locked, right? The rule of fire. This is like the ultimate meme seed, isn't it? It's got pedestal, it's got swords and swamp, it's got two of them.
Yeah, it's got 2 swords.
And it has the rule of fire. Apparently we rolled the meme seed.
Yes, thanks. Well, okay, at least we know that it's not the same seed from the sport.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you know, at least, you know, for the most part, you know, this is good knowledge on, you know, at least for Days and Shimo, right? So, obviously, Gamma and Ramon have already picked up their Bombos Medallion, you know, and of course we know that that's going to be hard required. But in this case, you know, at least it's going to motivate Days to go back to Kylie Island and then he take care of the rest.
I'm excited about this hookshot cave here because I really want to see how Ramon gets through it.
Yeah, let's all take some notes.
Oh, there's the flute.
Oh my gosh! All right, at least it wasn't in an easier to get seed or a chest.
Oh, look at the chomp working with Ramon there.
Wow, look at that. All right, just 20 rupees though for all that hard work, but as you mentioned, the flute is going to be obviously the most coveted prize from that.
Yeah, so we're in no mode, right? Yeah, we know where everything is. We know where the fire rod is. We know where ether is. We know where the flute is.
Right, we need eyes on that Meyer medallion, but
we know where all 3 medallions are. So
right.
Yeah. So Gamma's still continuing on in ice, even though they find that flute, with it being the green pendant, and they know that they're still looking for ether.
Yeah, yeah. So then I would actually imagine that Eastern they just got all 3 items, so that's probably the reason why they decided to leave.
Yeah. But I think they're in a pretty good spot here.
Right, yeah, and, you know, as you said before, you know, once with that they have the fire rod, right? All of the incentive to go back to Skullwoods, and that's when they're gonna check the pedestal.
Right.
I mean, they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, it's a pet scene, and they're gonna groan a little bit, but you know, honestly, like, what do they have left to do? They just gotta go out to beat Eastern.
I mean,
and Hera,
yeah,
right?
they got kind of bailed out with Hera being one of the pendants. They have the hook shot; they can just hook up there. We got Vidi here, nice with silvers is no problem.
Yeah. Vitri is actually one of the bosses that is actually arguably more difficult, not in its original rules, because you don't have
slime.
Yeah, exactly. You don't have the slime to damage you off. Oh man, what a nice prize from Polstera. That bug match.
Oh, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Ramon's gonna get the fire rod, and he's gonna leave. I don't think he finishes it.
Oh.
Because Gamma might go turn that in now and see, oh, we don't need the green pendant.
Yeah,
and he'll say, okay, let's go.
You're right. No, that's actually very, very good points. Gamma's going like he's going to turn it in, you know, right now he's going to run. You know, this is why I think he's doing the overworld stuff. He's going to dash over. And yeah, no, I think you're right. Ramon is just basically looking for that fire rod prize.
So he's going to get the fire rod. He's going to say, oh, green pendant's nothing. Don't worry about killing the boss. And then he's going to leave.
And until Gamma or Ramon goes back to finishing Skullwoods and be like, oh yeah, hey, by the way, you remember that green pendant you got?
Yeah.
All right, yeah, looks like just 20 rupees on green pen. Of course, right? We know, as you just said, we're in no mode. We know where everything is,
Yeah.
so there can't really be much of a benefit. I think maybe red mail. I think if it hasn't shown up yet.
Yeah.
But I think we found all the swords, we found all the bows, we found, there's just really nothing I think that can really help us out here.
Yep. So Ramon leaves. So I would say the Divine Beastie Boys are in the lead. They have all the information for everything but Ether, right? And they're in a really good position here. We see Leftovers Forever still doing Left Side Swamp, and you see Chimo here in Pod, but they know about Pet. So it's so it goes back and forth. The Divine Beastie Boys are going to figure it out one way or another. They're going to double dip some stuff, but I still think they're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, actually, can you remind me if you remember where the ice rod was? I'm actually trying to remember this.
Ice rod was C-shaped house.
Okay.
So I think I would be surprised if they don't have it. Maybe we just missed it.
Yeah, but they also haven't done the. Oh, that's right. Yeah. So Thieves, Days died to blind, and then so he didn't end up getting the crystal. Okay, but yeah, they were definitely in that area. Okay, all right. Okay, that's definitely fair.
I'll just double check on their streams for sure. Yeah, Dazed has the ice rod.
Okay.
So if he's got it, that means Chimo at least knows where it is. And I wouldn't be surprised if he has it as well. Yeah, Chimo hasn't picked it up yet, but since Dazed has it, they have that information. Okay, so we're coming up on Meyer now. What do we have here in Meyer?
Yeah, and of course, Ramon right now is still searching for the big key as well. But yes, with all of the items, we definitely can be able to defeat all of the bosses.
Let me think. So, okay, so what was it? Was Quake to get in to Meyer?
Yep.
Okay, so Ether for Turtle Rock required.
Right.
Quake for Meyer required.
Yep.
Bombos for Ice Palace required.
Yeah.
You're not skipping anything in this.
Yeah, no, I think you're right. Yeah, we needed all 3 medallions. We needed, we would like to have some swords. And we needed all 3 pendants. I guess nothing was technically on green pendant, maybe, but you couldn't skip it.
Right.
Yeah, well, the only thing that would have been made the seat better was like something on Lumberjack or something, right? And
yeah. I mean, we're definitely hitting the meme mode here. If it's all dungeons, swords and swamps, rule of fire, ped. It's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, well,
Gamma's gonna pick up butter here, because of course.
It's a super free offensive pickup. I mean, Daze is gonna be pretty happy. He's, of course, as his doing left side first is more efficient. In order to full clear the dungeon first, that is where he goes. But so he's not gonna go to see the swords until a little bit afterwards. But yeah, he's gonna be pretty happy.
Yeah. I think it was really unfortunate for the Leftovers as well that Cold Stare was in Eastern, and there's Trinex.
Okay.
So, so I guess I didn't realize that. Dazed is not going to be able to finish this.
Oh, you're right.
That's why they didn't do. Okay, that's why Ramon didn't do Graveyard Ledge, is because he wasn't able to finish Swamp because he didn't have the Fire Rod yet.
The Fire Rod was in Ice Palace, right?
It's an Ice Palace, yeah.
Right, yeah.
So he went into Swamp. Wasn't able to kill the boss.
Oh my gosh! Oh no! And I'm pretty sure that Daze is the one who has the Bombos medallion knowledge too.
Yep.
So,
yep.
Oh no! I mean, I think this is also very reasonable for him to come do, but as you said, right? It's going to be in this case a little bit more punishing.
Yeah.
Daze is gonna have to come all the way to the back. He does see his Trinex, so I think he's just gonna take his swords and run. I think Daze is just not maybe having the best of luck today. I mean,
yeah.
I guess it just get bullied a lot, by a lot of the enemies, and in Skullwoods, in the back of Eastern, and I think in this case, if he picked up Bombos and went straight into Ice Palace, I mean, we know that from Gamma and Ramon's side, the scene would certainly go a lot smoother.
Yeah. So they just need to read the pedestal. The Leftovers need to go to Ice to get their Ice Rod. They need to go back up to the mountain to get their flute. Or, excuse me, they need to go ice to get their fire rod and up to the mountain to get their flute.
Right. Oh, looks like okay. We got a Moldorm here in Vitreous' spot. Okay, not certainly the worst. May as well just have. I mean, also I was honestly, all things considered, pretty easy just because you can't fall off and. So.
All right, so Dave's gonna get his Samaria up here as well, and then we'll get his flute information. And it looks like Chimo will be heading into ice, so they're gonna be the first ones into like no mode.
Yeah, right. Because I mean, of course, like the one critical piece of knowledge that Gamma and Ramon are missing is that this is a pedestal scene. Ether is the required medallion for Turtle Rock, and it is sitting on the pedestal today.
Yep. So Ramon didn't finish the back of desert, or did he die or something?
I think he just didn't. Is this his first time here? Maybe he just got the stuff.
No, because he got the lamp. Yeah, maybe he just didn't finish it off. I'm not sure.
Yeah, maybe he like didn't have good enough equipment. Because he was probably on Fighter's Sword and like, nothing really else probably to his name. Maybe he didn't want to do like Bow Landmos or something or whatever. He didn't want to go basically look at the.
Yeah.
Which is totally understandable. All right. So, Shimo into ice. Very good news for Leftovers Forever, just because they are going to be able to find that fire rod. And of course, Chimo, knowing that this is a pet scene, he's going to stay and finish up the dungeon. Chimo may not necessarily be the happiest he's ever been, because he's still here on Fighter's Sword.
Oh, right.
With the hammer. And of course, half magic doesn't do you very good with only bombos as your main source of fire. This might be one of the reasons
he'll be fine. It's Viddy. He's got Viddy and he's got silvers.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, maybe that's actually one of the reasons why Daze didn't want to come here immediately, just because he's still, again, he's on Fighter's Sword. He was on Fighter's Sword before Swamp, right? So.
Yeah. Gamma got to finish up Thieves Town and then go get Skullwoods, and then I imagine he'll check Ped, because I think they're gonna run out of stuff really soon with Meyer done now. Like, what do they have left?
No, have we done? Oh, and they've already done like Smith Chain and stuff, right?
Yeah, they did the Smith Chain. They've done pretty much all of the overworld, so they might even just get to Ped without checking it. As far as like, oh, it must be Ped.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to think. Yeah, this is kind of like one of the benefits of co-op, right? Is that you just get, and again, so Gamma and Ramon has done, I think, a very excellent job of splitting up the coverage.
Yeah.
Like their knowledge base in this case is just covers so much.
Yeah. Chimo, half a heart. Does he still have his fairy?
Does he have a potion? Does he have
I don't
something?
know. The only one I remember checking out the potion shop was Gamma, but
yeah, actually, I would have to imagine at some point Dazed or Chimo went to go turn in the mushroom, but I mean they didn't also have to buy anything.
Sure.
Yeah.
Chimo's got 4 bottles according to the tracker, so.
Yeah. So hopefully he'll be safe. Nothing really like that gets your blood pumping, with only being half a heart here at Ice Palace. Alright, looks like they'll... Alright, so Chimo got the news that it is in fact Vitreous down there. That he probably is thinking, thank you, Silver Arrows, I'm very happy to have you with a full quiver.
Alright, so Chimo about to get the fire rod. And Dave's gonna get that ice, or the flute. That's gonna put them in go mode.
Mm-hmm. Alright, yep, there is the fire rod for Chimo. Dave's taking, as he said, he's gonna get his flutes. Well, they don't know what the flute's in here at Hookshot Cave, but they're gonna know soon. Alright, so this is gonna be, looks like Gamma's gonna be finishing up Skullwoods, and yeah, this is gonna be most likely their time to check the pedestal.
Yeah, because I think they're down to Ped and maybe...
Oh, Dazed.
Don't die, Dazed. That would be awful.
Yeah, this
it's the one up top, though, so it should be pretty free.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Dazed is just willing to just do that one first. What do you think?
Yeah, I would try. I would just try to get the ones that were free first.
Dazed, we have a cape, please. We could cape it. We could cape it. Thanks. Okay, it's alright. It's alright. We could take the damage boost. He just needs the second chest right here. That's all he needs. Oh my gosh.
What is he doing? What did he?
No, Dazed. I hope he has a fairy or something. Maybe he's looking to take some safety. There are hearts back here, and there's
two
a fairy.
Hearts, and the fairy, yeah. Can Gamma beat the back and get check pad before Ramon kills Trinex and gets to the pyramid? What do you think? Who does theirs first?
I think Gamma's gonna be ahead first. Do we know the boss here is going with?
We don't.
Okay. I mean, Gamma's gonna.
We're hoping for. We need Helicopter.
Yeah,
We need it.
yeah.
It has to be.
Yeah, because Trinex is actually quite a long fight. All right, Days though back for round 2. It looks like he did pick up the flute, so he just needs
Okay,
to
that's
blast
good.
dust.
I mean, he should know that he's in go mode now, so maybe they haven't processed it yet.
Yeah, that's also. Well, maybe Days could also be here searching for. It's like you're here.
Right.
Know, behind red mail, like or something.
The freest of Moldorms.
Yeah, we got Moldorm. Just stuff there. Gold sword. Doesn't even need anything. Nice music.
What a seed, Claire.
Yeah,
What a seed. This is
quite the adventure.
Perfect seed to end their season, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And the best one to be restreamed too, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right, let's see. Mirror's out.
Here we go.
Divine Beastie Boys.
Okay,
what you want. It's
so
Ether.
Fear, how is Gamma delivering bad news?
I don't even think. I mean, they've cleared almost everything, right? So Ramon doesn't need to do this. Let's see if he continues on. He does not. There it goes. Back to ice, baby. Back to ice.
Yep, yeah, very, very understandable. Ramon's like, okay, well, just changing plans.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course, Gamma also taking in the news is that he is, of course, going over to, a dungeon that he's already previously gone over, gotten all the items out of Eastern Palace, and now he's just gonna go clear out everything. Shimo, though, yeah, as you mentioned before, Silver's easy work of Vitreous, doesn't even need any type of, damage boost. He's got the Black Nut. And now Dazed gonna go activate his flute.
All right, let's figure this out. Dazed has 4 crystals, and he needs to go to Ice Palace to get his ice rod or fire rod to be in go mode, right?
Right.
Chimo's got 4 dungeons complete, and he needs to go up to the mountain to get his flute, and he needs to go to VOO to get his ice rod.
Yeah, does Daze also need to go get his Quake Medallion, maybe, according to our tracker?
Oh, Quake is at Hammer Pegs.
Yeah, it's at Hammer Pegs, right. So, I mean, he's kind of in the area. If he has it, that's great.
Divine Beastie Boys are in go mode and have 10 crystals. So I think they have 10 dungeons complete between the two of them.
Out of the, it looks like, right. And I think part of, in this case, kind of what maybe was, well, in this case, that's certainly considered the knowledge advantage, right, for Daze and Chimo, was that they knew it was going to be a Petsy, so they were going to try and clear everything. It's just kind of unfortunate on Daze's side when he was routing the dungeons, right? He got all the way to Eastern, he couldn't beat it because of the cold stare. He got all the way to the back of Swamp, and he couldn't beat it because it was Trinex, right? And and basically it's almost as if he was basically skipping out on dungeons.
Yeah,
like kind of what Gamma and Ramon were doing, and so it's just kind of like it was really just unfortunate for that part.
Gamma's still lampless, by the way.
Oh yeah, he hasn't been over to desert yet. Gamma's very, very capable. He does have the fire rod for the most part, right?
Yeah.
Now, of course, you're never gonna really complain about the magic. You do have half magic, which does certainly put your magic pressure, especially in like GT, a bit easier. I would not be surprised though if Gamma. I guess I wouldn't be surprised either way if Gamma skips the lamp or not.
No, you can't skip the lamp. It's too free. Like it's right there in desert. And he still has to do desert. He's got flute over there and mirror. Yeah.
He still needs a big key. Right. Yeah, he's gonna have to go through the rest of the desert. I'm thinking like in key sanity modes where you're already coming in here with the Desert Palace big key, you're just going straight to the back, and you're just like, yeah, I'm not gonna get that.
And as good as Gamma is, you still want that lamp for Mire Dark.
Oh right, true.
And Randomizer, it's not quite the same.
All right, this is Daze picking up his fire rod, so this is gonna be his essentially go mode.
Yep. so that's Gamma and Ramon are still both gonna have to go back up to the mountain again to get the Hera pendant.
Oh right, yeah, that's true. That's true. But I mean, at least they have they have the mirror this time. It's
Yeah.
not gonna be super terrible. But yeah, again, I think right now it's probably just more annoyance on Gamma and Ramon's side to be like, okay, I guess, right? But yeah, again, certainly from our vantage point is they're sitting in a, I would say, fairly good spot. Yeah, and also it does, look like, even though we did have a lot of fun, in shenanigans here at Randomizer for all of them, it does kind of look like, at least the impression is like Emma and Roman had a little bit of a friendlier time with the Randomizer, especially compared to Days. I think he just got
Days got bullied a bit. Yeah, unfortunately.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Gamma going back to Hera, he does have the hook shot, right? I don't remember anything back here being so dangerous, I guess.
I think it was like Moth or something up here.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was gonna say just trying to do the Hera pod, right? Sometimes you get like a fire
bar.
Oh
right, the Hera
just
pod,
like spinning around, and so you actually can't Hera pod, and you're just very sad. Okay. Oh yeah.
Chimo back to kill blind. Lots of boss fights going on right now.
Yeah, and Chimo does have the cape. Looks like he's gonna be okay. He's got a lot of health to be able to take all of this.
Yeah. Is he still on Fighter Sword? He hasn't been to Swamp.
He hasn't been to Swamp or Hobo. I actually don't know in this case if they're gonna get
No, they're not gonna get to Hobo at this point.
Yeah, that's right. As you mentioned, right? Once they found the flute and hookshot cave, that was it, right? No more checks for them.
Yep. Days did a couple more checks, but maybe it was just to pick up some parts and stuff.
Right, in hookshot cave, I think. Right, yeah. All right, Days back in Eastern Palace. He knows in this case he has the ice rod, or specifically in this case the fire rod, because it's cool stair back here. So.
Yep, and there's the ice rod for Chimo here in C-shaped house.
Yeah. And honestly, like, for Shima to pick up the ice rod now, I think it's not going to be a big deal, right? It's not like it's actually hurt him all that much.
No, because he had to come back to kill blind anyways.
Exactly, yeah. And again, like, even though this is co-op and this is, you've got your partner kind of like being able to tell you like, oh yeah, this is where, X item is. Again, there's a lot going on. It could also very well be that in the midst of all of the, have you ever tried to, to like, in this case, like play a scene, then also have somebody trying to tell you information that you're supposed to remember? Like, oh, don't forget this after you're done. And then you're just like, what?
Yeah, just do that with co-op veterans.
Yeah. That's not rife with potential, pitfalls for people to mismark an entrance or forget like, oh, where was the key again?
So next week we continue on week 7. It's a 2-week week 7, right. And then there's a week off in the Invitational, and then we start the playoffs. I'm actually kind of hoping that our playoff matches go Game 5. Just because I want to play co-op veterans.
Oh yeah.
Those are so much fun.
Right. Yeah, in fact, actually, last season, co-op veterans wasn't introduced until the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
It was actually just like a Game 5 mode, and honestly, like, I don't know, kind of how these things work, like on paper, how good it sounds, but honestly, like the feedback and like the experience, I think from everyone was just so positive.
Yeah.
That even if you don't necessarily like veterans, playing it as yourself, just with a buddy, just makes it so much better.
It is a lot of fun. I mean, I don't want to do a Game 5 because that's gonna be stressful in the playoffs, but I do also want to do a Game 5 because the mode is a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, certainly looking forward to it. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of strategizing here with the Divine Beastie Boys team, as you guys are. I mean, I think you've had a clinch spot for a while now, right?
Yeah. I think we're going to be the number 1 seed too overall, so that's going to be interesting. So what the playoffs does is they take the top 4 of each division in the Dark Conference or in the Dark World Conference, and reorders them based off of record, and then they'll do the same thing in the Light World Conference. So you're not just playing your division over and over again. So right now, if the playoffs started today, Divine Beastie Boys would be paired up against either Don't Forget to Track Us or WJBDTB.
Ooh, okay. Well, those are some pretty spicy matchups, honestly. I mean, I think this goes to say in general that you can't sleep on any of the invitational teams, let alone those that make the playoffs.
Yeah,
So,
the playoffs are spicy for sure.
Mhm.
So, and then the Skull Woods division, if you look at it, there's only one team in the Skull Woods division that has locked a playoff spot, and that's OK Dudes. Then you've got Begon Pot, JKLOL, WJBDTB, and Beats from the East, and Go, and he came from all technically still alive. So
Wow. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It is like that's the one division that everyone basically has like the same number of points, basically, right? And so actually, yeah, this week actually has a lot of playoff implications. Oh man, talk about playing under pressure, you know?
Right. It's gonna be really interesting. And as we mentioned, Divine BC Boys won the division and the conference. Bottles and Empty are in the number 2 spot. To Infinity and Big Og are number 3. And then don't forget the Trackers, I think, is playing tonight against Oops All Foxes. And a win will seal their playoff spot.
Nice.
So
okay, yeah. Now, do you know if Leftovers Forever, they're not in relegation contention, right?
No, Two Pearl, Two Furious has been relegated from
cool.
from the Fire Division.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's right. I think I said before, like, these guys are just playing for fun. You don't have to worry about anything. Yeah. The relegation is it's like the highs and lows of Rando, right? Is that everyone loves to be playing for playoffs, but it's always kind of like you also don't want to be cut either. Oh my gosh, Dave.
Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple of teams that have been relegated. Two Pearl, Two Furious, unfortunately, is going to be relegated, and that's one of the original teams from season 1 still around.
Oh,
they're going to be
that's true. Yeah.
in the Open next year, and then Missing Playoffs, formerly Sphere Affinity, also an original team.
Really?
will also be relegated this season.
I feel so bad for their team name.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, hopefully that was not like a self-fulfilling prophecy, but yeah.
The one thing I've learned in the league is like, yeah, have fun names, but don't get too cute.
Yeah.
It doesn't work. And we are going to get a ped pull from Ramon here.
Yeah, he has Gamma's already told him what's on the pedestal. No reason to read it. All right, that is officially go mode for Ramon. He has the last remaining item he needs to complete the game. This is going to be looks like very similar here on Dace's side as well. But of course, looking at our trackers though, Ramon, if we can count, the number of dungeons Ramon's completed, it is pretty dang high. Very similar to 36, in terms of how high we've already kind of scored up, on Divine BC Boys side.
Yeah,
it certainly looks like Ramon has a very commanding lead at this point.
Yeah, even over Gamma, which is really the most important thing, is he needs to beat Gamma Chew.
You don't play favorites on your teammates now, do you?
No, of course not.
Okay, all right, good. Just checking. I think this is for what it's worth. Not necessarily too uncommon of a position. It's not like Gamma is honestly like that far behind. He's one dungeon basically at this point. So actually, all things considered,
he's basically climb ahead.
Exactly.
Behind.
Yeah, and actually looking like for her.
He does have silvers too, by the way, which will speed things up at the end.
Oh, actually, yeah, Ramon, I guess, didn't want to go get silvers. Yeah, it might have been too far out of the way.
Yeah, going to Bumper Ledge is just kind of...
Yeah, going to Bumper Ledge from Skull Woods, going from Bumper Ledge, going from Skull Woods to Bumper Ledge, it's like kind of next door, but also at the same time, it's like, you maybe live on, you say like you live in the you and I, let's say, like live in the same metropolitan city, but it's like to get to the other side of the city, it takes like 2 hours. And you're just like, no, you're so close, right? No, it's much farther than you might think.
Yep. Chimo just lost his shield in Misery Mire, but Daze does pick up the silvers, so he's got him as well.
Yeah, he hasn't done Skull Woods. Oh no, he already finished Skull
Woods. He just finished, yeah. So he did the exact. He took the drive. He decided the drive was worth it.
Okay, yeah. No, I mean, at some point, especially given what Dace has gone through with the seed, I certainly do not blame him if he just wants a cushier, a game end in this case.
Yeah, he had to also walk out, or he had to come out because he had to finish Thieves Town as well. Understandable. Oh, Gamma still needs to pull the pedestal, so he's a little bit further behind than I realized.
But I think it looks like in terms of Leftovers Forever, comparing Daze and Chimo, relatively even number of crystals and dungeons completed. Looks like they actually, so Daze is gonna finish up blind, take his revenge. He is significantly better geared than he was before, which is really great to see.
Let's see how kind this Turtle Rock is. It's gonna be you really want to see a key. I think they just got the big key. So you just want to see keys the rest of the way. So you really want this. I guess that technically has to be a key, doesn't it?
Yeah. So I guess I'm curious here. Like, if you're the one of your teammates in order to traverse, let's say, to like Turtle Rock first. Like, do you still try and take like the 97% chance that there's gonna be a small key in this bridge? Okay.
100%. Yeah.
All right.
They're probably feeling behind, to be honest, having double dipped like Eastern and Hera and all that kind of stuff.
The pedestal knowledge in this case, you know, especially as you said, it was a very late pedestal knowledge, you know, and yeah, as a kind of consequence that Gamma and Ramon kind of had to, especially Ramon, right? Literally went into Ice Palace, got the fire rod and left, and then Gamma's like, oh yeah, hey, by the way.
Yeah. So no real time to save here so far in Turtle Rock, because Gamma's got to go to the right side to get the small key. He's got to go to the, I think it's the compass chest, right? Is that the one on the left to get that?
Oh, it's the map chest. Yeah. Right.
Is it the? I think it's the. Is it the compass?
No. In Turtle Rock, sorry. In Turtle Rock.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turtle Rock. The left one is the compass. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. So he's got to do all of that. He can steal the key.
Yeah, the dream is to always steal the key. Well,
it looks like Ramon is not taking the chance. He's going to go outside.
Okay, that's also good too.
So it's possible he just gets another key here and then doesn't have to do anything else.
Yeah, and I think all of this is going to be good knowledge for Gamma anyway, right? Gamma's going to know the layout and then knows in this case if he has to do it or not.
And there it is. So there still could be a key, right? Like there could be a key in Crystal Roller, there could be a key on Laser Bridge.
Yeah, and of course the good news for Gamma is that Ramon is charging ahead, right? And so he's going to be able to tell Gamma where all the stuff is.
Yeah, I think what he's going to do is just say, go outside, skip everything else, because I'm not checking Laser Bridge, I'm not checking Crystal Roller.
Oh yeah, that's also a good point too. We're going to see what Ramon does. Alright, meanwhile though, it looks like Shima's going to make his way back to kill Moldar. Just like what Daze did in Skull Woods, Daze has gone back into Swamp Palace. Again, this one's also kind of, I think, even a bit more punishing, right? Because going back into Swamp Palace, watches what Daze is doing, right? He's got to redrain the dam and...
Okay, so Ramon is about to kill whatever boss is back here and then quickly head over to Turtle Rock. So we're going to play the GT Big Key Guessing game, except that I don't want to see numbers because I don't care about numbers. If you've listened to any of our commentary before, you know that I don't want to see numbers in chat. You can put them. I'm not going to count them. I want specific locations on where the GT Big Key is going to be. Now, if you don't know all the locations, I'm going to list them off here and you can guess. So when you go in and you go to the right, you have Hope Room. There's 2 chests right there. You have Tile Room. If you continue on, you have Compass Room and there's 4 checks there. If you go to the left, you've got the Stalfos Room or DM Room and there's 4 checks there. Next up is the Map Chest, or I guess double fire bar.
Yeah, the fire bar room.
With 1 check. You've got the Fire Snake room with 1 check. You've got Rando room with 4 checks, and we want specific, so it's got to be specific.
Yeah,
there's
like
4
top
in there.
Left. Yeah, top left, lower right, stuff like that.
And then we've got after Rando room, we've got Bob's chest, and then we got the vanilla location, which has 3 checks there as well. So get your guesses in chat. Where you think specifically the big key is going to be.
Now, I think, so we haven't, essentially, you know what, actually we have seen all the bosses. Now, there is a still live possibility of a fan favorite, not runner's favorite, fan favorite of Ice Trinex.
Yeah.
So, I am certainly hoping for something like that. I would like some popcorn.
For sure. All right, so where do you think the GT Big Key is going to be?
Well, I would like it to be behind Vanilla. Ice whatever, Ice Trinex. That would be, yes. But barring that, you know, I guess maybe something in Rando room top left. That would be my second choice. But it would be vanilla Big Key chest. Original.
Okay. So you have 2 guesses. Okay. I'm going to say Compass Room bottom left.
Okay. All right. It looks like though Ramon has already been inside a GT, so we're gonna go off of his traversal. And let's see in this case if he gets a small key. 300 in the first chest, 50 rupees in the second.
Can't even continue to go to Compass.
Yeah, we're gonna go left.
And we'll go by wherever it is because we're going specifically.
Right, exactly.
So if Gamma gets it first, it doesn't.
Oh yeah, okay, that's fair too.
Yeah.
I think Ramon's gonna probably find it. Is my
probably,
guess.
Yeah.
Alright, it looks like we got a vanilla small key on the torch.
So I think what he's gonna do is tell Gamma if he doesn't find it, just grab that torch key and head right.
Oh yeah, that's also a very good point. Yeah, split up again. Yeah, that's actually a really good strategy too, right? Splitting up the coverage.
Yeah.
No reason to not do it in GT. Alright, so we got some resources here that we're not gonna be able to use. Yep.
Wouldn't say no to arrows, right?
That's true. I mean, it's not like Ramon has silvers though. I mean, Gamma,
Sure.
I don't think will say no to it, but
yeah, right. A nice spike.
Yeah, nice big upgraded spike from before. Oh, nice
chomps.
Yeah.
2 chomps. Oh, lovely.
Yeah, because yeah, you said it was a double firebar.
Double
right?
firebar.
That's why we got double chomps.
That's awesome. Chomps have been in full effect this seed. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so he's almost to random room. So if it's not random room, he's definitely gonna tell Gamma to go to compass room first.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, it actually does look like why not right now. I think that the strategy you mentioned is actually really good, right? Just go to torch, pick up the key, and then just go right. You know, if it's not here by then, which is it's actually looking like it's cutting it pretty close.
Yeah. All right, which random room did you say?
It's a top left.
Top left. Okay.
But I really want it behind Ice Armos. Or sorry, Ice Trinex.
Ice Trinex. Have we seen Helmasaur? I don't know if we've seen any Helmas.
I know. I think you're right. We have not seen Helmasaur. Helmasaur at Moldrum 2 spot is always also a treat as well. Really, I'm actually not sure. Oh, it's not in random room. Yeah, I'm actually not sure how comfortable Gamma is with hovering.
No, he does not hover. Neither one of them ever. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah, because this is actually one of those times, especially Randomizer, where you cannot do the Moldorm bounce unless you actually do have a Moldorm, which is not possible to see. So.
Yeah. Well, Ramon might hover, but I don't think he's not gonna. They're not hovering.
Okay. Did you see that wall master?
Yes.
Like
that was legit.
Almost got grabbed.
I said compass room bottom right. I think.
Bottom right. Okay. Wow. It might be here.
I mean, we're running out of locations. It's not Bob's. It's either there. I mean, tile room. It has to be tile room, right? With how Mimi the seed is.
Oh,
and that is there's the Shrinex.
Oh,
you got it.
All right, okay, that's step number 1. Oh, fear. Oh, it was so
compass
close.
Room.
So close.
There's the mirror from Ramon.
Ramon is so happy. He's like, thank you, Gamma. Thanks, Gamma.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Gamma, could you not, find the big key too quickly? Like, I was really looking forward to this fight here.
So we got anyone to say compass top left.
Yeah, I actually was wondering in this case, the fact that Ramon did go Hope Room right first, that is probably the best possibility he had to try and delay Ice Trinex or Ice whatever, because if there are no keys, that you basically hit Compass Room last, right? But whereas if you go to Stalfos Room first, you basically are gonna hit that, whatever check number, like 8, 9, 10 or something like that, right?
Yeah. That worked out. All right, so I think the closest that we had was Tonga 07 with the compass bottom left. I think that's the closest one. So GG's to, what did I say?
Tonga 07, is that what you said?
Tonga 07,
Tonga 07, okay.
And Gamma just died.
he did, but it's okay. Gamma, I mean, we can see on our screens here that Gamma and Ramon have a very, very commanding lead going into the finale of this race.
He felt bad for Ramon getting there first.
Yeah.
But look at these guards. These guards are bullies.
Yeah. I think this is this case where, sometimes, the runners don't always necessarily pick up gold store just because, so much execution does not necessarily matter between temper and gold, but in Randomizer with all these red guards, you are very happy to have that. Oh,
for sure. Yeah. So probably going to take a stop in the
safety room.
Safety room, yeah. At this point, I mean, both of them are pretty low health.
Safety room, honestly, I think is what I consider to be underrated. Honestly, it actually does not take very much time. It's just 10 seconds, right, in order to get through. And if it's the difference between 10 seconds you dying up and up,
yeah, for sure,
it is definitely worth it.
Oh, both of them said no. All right, here we go.
All right, well, it looks like they're prepared.
I know
Or at
Gamma's
least
got some
mentally.
potions. Yeah.
Yeah,
Which
yeah. Gamma
might want to
doesn't
use there.
Yeah, Ramon though. Yeah, Gamma for sure doesn't have fairies, right? Otherwise, he would have, revived with one.
Yeah. Nice heart dupe there from Ramon with the hook shot.
See, especially in Randomizer, I don't know if I would necessarily complain about a safety room in Tree, especially when you don't know what to expect.
Yeah, they're handling it really well, and getting those heart drops is
For
nice.
sure, yeah. Well, looks like though. All right, so Chimo and Daze though, relatively same time entering Turtle Rock. Chimo's gonna get there just a little bit faster, so he might just be kind of relaying some of the information. Although at this point, I think there's probably going to take a very similar route, like just full clear basically as we need.
Oh, so here's a fun one. Oh, Ramon try to bunny? Did he try to get the bunny beam and missed it?
That's unfortunate.
So
but yeah.
Argus is going to jump off the screen here, or doesn't even. Once you kill the pups, you don't have to kill the main eye.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like a feature of Randomizer in that if you have a boss that takes 2 phases, you only need to kill the first phase. So just like this, because that's the game's cue to say, oh, okay, you killed all the enemies. Gotcha. We're good.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Same thing with Trinex for what it's worth, right? So I think.
Gamma just pulling out ether. It's like, forget these stupid mold ones on a track.
Harder than Wizrobes. Alright, Chimo picking up the small key in Roller Room. I think in this case he just told Daze, like, you only need the left chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks like in this case, yeah, Gamma and Ramon are very, very similar. So actually, for what it's worth, and I don't know if you guys know, do this for other co-op seeds, but, so because this is rando, all the patterns for, like, Aga and Ganon are seeded. So I certainly know that there are going to be some teammates that tell their partner, like, oh, okay, like, this is the Aga pattern, Ganon's going to warp to, like, top left or something, just to kind of get their partners, like, a better, notice, right, of basically how to take on the fight.
Sometimes, and there's our Helma, by the way.
There is our Helma. Yep. So, Gamma's actually doing a very good thing here in order to try and use bombs. There might be a reason actually why maybe these resources are good.
Yeah.
If you try to hammer, the ricochet is so strong. Like, it is really dangerous.
Wow, this is really well done.
Yeah, we can actually see a difference here. Ramon's trying to try and hammer from the side, just trying to get.
I didn't even realize.
Knockback you can.
You could hammer from the side like that.
Yeah, Ramon, just stay still. I think this is just he knows how to handle this. It looks like, because if you start hammering, you're just gonna fall off.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks like though Ramon's got some friendly RNG, no fireball. Yeah, also very well handled.
Yeah, nicely done.
You see the difference in silvers, right? Gamma literally just shot a silver from the side, and he's like, all right, I'm out, and then. Poor Ramon, he's gotta, take this on the regular way. Oh,
do you think they feel behind it right now?
Right now? Okay, so I don't know if anyone ever feels ahead, I guess, going on, but I still think in this case that probably Gamma and Ramon don't feel too bad. Like, I
mean, they full cleared the game. The only thing they didn't do is Pyramid Fairy.
That's true, yeah, but it looks like they did it very quickly. As in, like, it looked like they were very efficient, right? And certainly in terms of execution, there weren't, outside of the one blind death I think that Gamma had, nothing really was, went really wrong for them, right?
So Gamma gonna save time here on Ganon as well, since he's got the butter sword, so like a guaranteed 1-in-1. And he's got the silvers.
Right, yeah, and of course, Ramon not having either. I mean, Ramon's certainly very capable of getting the 1-in-1, but phase 4 is definitely going to be faster on Gamma.
Right, yeah. I would be surprised if Ramon didn't get a 1-in-1, but...
Yeah, though, meanwhile, though, I think, so Daze and Chimo went through the double Pokies room, in non-Randomizer, and instead they turned into Baris, and I think that's actually more tedious, just because, you slash the red Baris, and then they split into 2 of them, and then you're like, oh, okay, well, now I gotta go kill, oh no, Chimo.
Oh, he didn't hit the door either, so he's gotta go all the way back.
Alright, It's all right. It's all right, Chimo. Don't worry
Oh,
about
he
it.
didn't hit the. He's got to go to the very front. Oh
Oh,
no.
because he didn't go outside.
Yeah.
That's right. All right. So okay. So good lesson in the future. If you're gonna do Randomizer, no real reason to not go outside. Maybe that's also another safety measure that Ramon took too. You can ask him about that. Looks like
Gamma's already on to phase 4, and get your GGs in chat for
that's
Gammachu, because I didn't even see it happen. His Gamden fight is now over. That was super fast.
Yeah, and so with this, and certainly looking like you know, Ramon and Gamma finishing relatively around the same time. Yeah, it looks like Divine Beast is going to take the series 2-0, right? Because they won earlier this morning, and then you know, even more solidifying their lead.
It's the worst. You had to go outside. You had to get the big chest.
Oh no!
It was that 90, that 3%.
Oh my gosh, this is Days. I'm so sorry. Days, please. I'm happy to give you another beverage on the mouse. All right, you know you've been through so much for the seed.
I just woke up too. I know it's early over there. It's rough.
They started playing. Oh, it was 5:30, right? So it was 7:30 a.m. for Days. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Days. And
get your GGs in chat for Ramond and the Divine Beastie Boys as they take the win here as Ramond gets ready to cross the bridge. All right, so I mean that was something. That was something.
Something is definitely a good word for it.
That was something. I'm glad we got to witness it, because that was, I mean, just I didn't even know where to start with the interviews. I mean, chat saying shovel mitts, of course, that was hilarious. But the sword, it was all of it. All of it was such a meme. It was crazy.
Yeah, all of such a meme. I really want something very like therapeutic for Days and Chimo, especially Days. Man. I mean, I think Chimo also had some of his hardships in. It's just like for how much Days had to trailblaze through.
Yeah.
You know, I really want, you know, some nice, you know, like comforting whiskey. I don't know, vodka, whatever Days prefers. This is what I want.
Drink of preference.
Yeah.
Also, it's the last one. You can kind of you know, enjoy the beverage, knowing that the season's over. It didn't go as well as they'd have hoped, you know, but I hope they had fun.
Yeah, I mean that's as you said at the very beginning, right? And this is certainly very prevalent throughout. Is that, you know, the whole point of these competitions is really ultimately to have some fun, right?
Yeah,
you know,
for sure.
Everyone is, you know, still on very friendly terms. You know, little competition certainly does bring out, you know, some of the different aspects of, you know, the competitive nature of some people, but that's still at the end, right? This is still, we're doing something, you know,
for sure. Yeah, I mean, if anything, we had fun.
100%. Yeah.
Seed was.
Yeah, exactly. Well, who cares about these guys, right?
Yeah, we had a good time.
This was a blast.
Yeah.
So speaking of those, yeah, Days is coming back. He's got silvers. Chino's also got silvers. Just taking care of some business here.
Yeah. Finishing up to a rock, and that's going to be a GG's from the leftovers forever, as they're going to put their dot forfeit in here as well.
All right, all fair and good. Yeah.
Get your GG's in chat for both Days Cloud and Chimo, as they call it a day. I think they might still be playing, but they did put the DNFs shortly after.
All right, that sounds good.
Gamma and Ramond. So yeah, huge GG's to both Dazed and Chimo, and Mystic as well. And we'll talk to them about the silliness. We have got Dazed and Gamma coming up to see if Chimo's going to join. I think Ramond's going to call it a night. He's been playing rando nonstop. He did Mystery Ladder, League Race, Cross Keys Ladder, League Race.
Are you serious? Holy cow! Holy cow! And Gamma still put him through a pet seat? Okay, it's totally Gamma's fault.
Yeah, totally. And we are now joined by both teams. Gammachu representing Divine Beastie Boys and Days Cloud representing Leftovers Forever. GG's, guys.
Yo, GG's, guys.
Yeah, GG's.
I mean, what a perfect race for the last race of the regular season.
Fear's a definition of perfect, by the way, may not match what your definition is,
Yeah.
especially for days. So don't take it too personally.
I'm just talking about the quality of the seed, not how it was played. The seed was ridiculous.
I mean, it's always fun when you have to get up at 7:30 in the morning and you get a ped seed, randomizer ped seed. You know, it's all good. It's all good, baby.
Days, I don't know how much you know this, but there was some real crossover between the seed that they played earlier this morning and Gammature. Obviously, you know, the mitts being the big one and being both behind the shovel. What was that? That was bananas.
Yeah, that was the first thing Ramon said. Oh, shovel again here in Hype Cave. And I said, oh, I mean, you could check it whenever, but I mean, what are the odds? It's actually mitts again. And of course, he pulls up mitts. Like,
yeah, we saw Chiba actually got to it first, and I was talking about it because that was the big hang up in that first seed was them not checking the shovel. And what do you know? Chimo checked that shovel almost as immediately as he could.
Yeah,
and got the mitts. That was pretty funny. We'll start with you. Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna say he was not happy about it. He was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, it was pretty nuts. So, Gamma, tell us how you felt about everything. It felt like there was we saw a lot of rollers and chain chomps in the seed, but I feel like you guys managed it pretty well. I think the most ridiculous one was the back of Thieves Town.
Yeah, that one was really bad. I got only one item in the front, and I told him, even with the mitts, I think he had just grabbed mitts. I'm like, hey, that just opens up Smith's chain. It's, I am gonna do the back. Then I see all this, roller chomps, he knocks, and I just used my fairy in the room before, and like, if I die, I'm not gonna come back here. Yeah, that was just. It took a long time just to get past that room because I was timing the chomps on the right, and the he knocks was kind of.
It was nasty.
Bodying me, I'm like, this is so bad, and. Yeah, I mean, luckily we did for that mirror. But PED was something I considered doing before I even went to the Dark World, like going to the West Dark World. And I told myself, no, I don't really want to waste time with that. I'll do it when we kill Motula or something. And me and Ramon felt pretty bad because all we had left when we did that was he was on his way to Red Bomb to do Wiz Dark Cross.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's all we had left. I'm like, I don't know. I just felt like okay, because I felt like we still played it okay. Luckily, not a death. So
it was the memeiest of seeds. Not only the mitts location, calling back to the earlier seed, but then you got PED. All three medallions required. You had swords and swamp. You had the fire rule. Like it had like all of the ice Trinex. It had all of the memes.
Was it ice Trinex? I didn't.
It
go
was.
There.
Yeah.
Ramon found this out for us, and then again, I'm so upset because you found the big cave right as he was fighting it, and then you told Ramon, and then he just left, and I was like, fight.
He told me, please, Gamma, find an Compass room. I'm too tired for this. And I'm like, okay, I hope it is because I don't want to kill that thing. Luckily, I had Gold Sword though, and I found it right there. Like, okay, that's good. And he was happy because good. I don't have blue potions. I'm kind of screwed if I have to deal with this. Yeah. And so it's just nice. I was sitting there.
Now, Dazed, how did you guys feel going through this? You guys played it pretty well, but it felt like everything was happening so fast. Everything was coming at us really quickly, so it was hard to really assess what exactly was going on. But it felt like you guys had a pretty good route early on.
Things were going well there for a while. It's just like I think what ended up kind of hanging us up here is when I ended up having to like double dip a couple of places because like you had to double dip Eastern. Like there's no way around it, right? But I ended up double dipping that, and then when I went to go get my bombos, I made the decision to go get bombos first instead of going up the mountain to go get my red cane, and that kind of messed me up because if I do that, if I go get the red cane first, then I immediately go into Ice Palace. I get my fire rod there. I have already gotten my thing, and we're in go mode a little bit earlier. Instead, I go all the way into swamp. I clear all of it. I clear left side with that really annoying red beetle that just did not want to let me do my diver down. And So I wasted probably a good like 5 minutes right there, I'd say,
Yeah.
on that double dip. And yeah. I mean, coming into this, it was kind of like both me and Chima were just like, yeah, there's a reason these guys have only lost one.
I mean,
Let's have fun.
No.
yeah, it ended up not being. Like, you guys are relatively close to your, getting into GT as they finished. But the early game, I felt like you guys like were neck and neck. It was super close, and then like you mentioned, things just kind of didn't kind of go your way in the late game. Whereas they kind of split up a little bit better and were able to get to that stuff a little bit quicker. It's tough.
It's kind of one of those things. Chimo at one point was like, when he went into Hookshot Cave the first time, he's like, do they hover? And I'm like, I don't think Gamma hovers. Ramon, I think could.
Yeah, but you're not hovering that Hookshot Cave, by the way.
Well, I was just like, but if you hover straight up there, right?
Oh,
you end up
yeah,
with
get
that
the flute.
You end up getting that flute immediately.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you know the seed.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right. But I mean, yeah, it's just, it's what it is. I mean, honestly, I don't like saying this, but this is kind of the expected result. It's kind of like, yeah, going into this, we're like, yeah, we can win. We could win.
Yeah,
You got
Gonna be hard though.
so hard days in the Eastern, in Skull Woods. Like, oh my gosh, that was so. And then also you also encountered that you didn't go outside into a rock, right? So you had to kind of claw back here.
I had to go run all the way back
Yeah.
through Turtle Rock as well, which was annoying because Chimo dies on Laser Bridge and he's like, oh my god! And then it turns out I get to Laser Bridge 2 seconds after that, and I'm like, dude, actually you're completely fine.
Yeah.
So,
In this mode, it's really hard to tell how one feels, especially when it played out the way it did right here. I felt that might have been a blessing in disguise. Did you end up doing an early pet check days? Or
oh
Chimo?
yeah, I did.
Okay.
I did.
So that actually might have helped us out because it sounds like you went all the way to Cold Stare in Eastern, and I told Ramon, nope, let's bail. We're not gonna, He was telling me, should we go for pet? I'm like, no. I mean, we still need the flippers, and even then, we'll probably have Swamp open, and yeah. So it sounds like you guys end up wasting time having to go all the way, to Cold Stare, whereas we just waited until we were set to kill every boss. I didn't even consider that too, because me and Ramon were thinking how we wasted our time double dipping Eastern. We could have single dipped it, but didn't realize it was actually required.
Yeah, it was required.
The bombos and fire rod in there.
Yeah, no way around it there. Like, unless you had fake flippered into ice or something, then maybe you would.
Yeah, well, how you need bombos from
bombos to get in, you're right.
Yeah, you could get that technically, but also it's Randomizer, so
Good
it makes
luck.
it even trickier.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so that was a nice time save for us then, not having to go all the way. Yeah, their equipment there at the end, much favorable compared to game one, tempered gold sword instead of just master sword all the way.
Did you end up finding out where the gold sword was, Days?
No, where is it?
Hobo.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Fun time. So when I was running through that area there, and I decided to just save and quit out of the water. Oh, I didn't save and quit.
you
out
didn't
of
say,
water.
hit
Yeah,
by the
you
pickle.
got
nailed
hit.
that stupid pickle.
Yeah.
That's right. I was going
Yeah.
for it, and then all
I'm
right.
sorry, Days. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah.
care.
Yeah, Ramon skipped that. He's like, should I do hobo? Like, don't do hobo. I feel like they're gonna do water walk over to Zora. You should do that and just say no to hobo because there might be some silly enemy we can't get across, like a spike or roller. And also, I give credit to Ramon for TR because I told him just steal the key from Poke and go in the back. And like, I'm gonna grab the big chest. I just want to play a little sail. Like, okay, the odds are really low. It's like 3%, 4%.
Right.
So, and I didn't realize, until I was watching the recent, like, oh my gosh, the layout was terrible here. We got lucky.
Yep.
That was a big time save right there as well for both of us. So.
Yeah, even somebody asked me, like, do you steal the key and just go from Pokies? I'm like, of course, take the chance. And Dazed and Chimo did, but
Yeah, well, I was
okay.
like me and Chimo were talking there at that moment. He was like, should I? It's just like, we steal the key, right? And I'm like, I think like the proper way in co-op is you're supposed to go around. He's like, nah. I'm like, yeah. And what's the worst that could happen? Oh, that.
Oh. Yeah, that was
Yeah.
Definite luck there on our end with that layout.
I think the bad omen was when Chimo ran out of sync and immediately ran into the floating skull. I was just
Yeah,
kind
that
of
was
like,
fun.
it's not going to go your way today.
The first thing he does in the 2 seconds he does, like if you know Chimo, he's not like a he doesn't get like super emotional. He's like, oh, the floating skulls do 3 hearts of damage. And I'm just like, I'm busting up on my side there just because I'm like, yep, they sure do, bud.
That feels bad.
I still hope you guys had fun though. I mean, it was certainly super entertaining to watch. Hopefully, you guys at least had some fun doing, playing the scene.
Oh, tons of fun. Like, I mean, I knew how bad it was for us to try to schedule this seed. I mean, like, I know,
Good
like,
morning,
my mom
Days.
yeah, thank you. The sunrise was beautiful, by the way. Like, I know Ramon's up until like after midnight for him, and like Gamma and Chimo are just kind of like relaxed, like it's the middle of the day for you guys, lucky guys.
Yeah.
And then there's me who's waking up with the crack of dawn, but I definitely.
Cracked? I guess it must have, right?
It was, yeah. It's sun's up now. It's actually really annoying. It's right in my eyes. But I wanted to get one more in with these guys. You know, we've been playing together forever, and just good times. It's good fun with these guys. So like we've already talked about like wanting to do some co-op stuff that isn't league related eventually. But we'll see. We'll see how everything is. But and plus I wanted to play against Gamma and Ramon anyway.
Yeah, and thank God. Like the good news, of course, is that we have options open, right, for next season, right?
Oh, sorry, you popped out there, Clearmouse.
Oh, sorry, no. Oh, yeah, no. I was gonna say, like, at least you guys have so you guys avoided relegation this season, right? So you have some options, right? Not like you have to take on anything, but it's always a good feeling to not have to be relegated. So.
I imagine we'll be back unless something changes in this time. I imagine we'll be back again. I mean, you can't have the league without the leftovers. All right?
True, right? And it says, I see on the screen, it says forever. Okay.
Exactly. God knows what we're gonna come up with next year, but it's gonna be. Ooh, I've got a hole in my hoodie. But yeah.
So this is a wrap for the leftovers on season 5. Just overall thoughts and impressions on the league this year for you guys, and obviously not how you wanted it to go. I know you didn't want to finish 4 and 10 or anything, but I don't know. Just can you give me your overall thoughts on this season?
Mixture of frustration with personally frustration with my play, but then also kind of realizing that we maybe got 1 or 2 that we probably shouldn't have. So I don't know if everything worked out kind of all right. My solo plays this year were not great. Lost both of them, and that didn't feel good. And in my head, I was kind of going, well, you should have at least gotten 1 of those. But GG's to them. They made the right play, and I didn't. But then we also won a couple of co-op races. Like, we did really well in co-op this year, and usually co-op is where we don't do well. So it's always great fun. It's always great fun. It would have been nice to get a little closer to the playoffs, but got to win some more games then.
Yeah, for sure. And then Gamma, kind of same question. Season's wrapped up for the Divine Beastie Boys. Number 1 seed locked in the conference. So
the league, right?
Well, yeah, in the league as well. But for the conference, as far as numbers go, will be the number 1 seed in the Dark World Conference. How you feeling about things? How you feeling about the season? And most importantly, what's your favorite Beastie Boy song?
I mean, I really enjoyed it. I had fun doing all these weeks with you and Ramon. It's been a blast. All these we're lucky to even get to how we got our scores, because there's a lot of luck also involved with this. Rando, you could make all the right decisions, but at the end, if you end up making that 1 skip that could have something important, you get punished by that decision, and I feel like we just had a lot of that on our side. Fortunately, I feel happy though. You know, making it this far, performing well overall. I'm happy. Weeks were good. I enjoyed it. I'm glad I was able to do these co-ops this last week. Sad you didn't participate in this one, Fear. I'm sure Randomizer was up your jam there.
Yeah, I remember you said I wasn't there.
Yeah, and no, I just enjoyed myself overall. And no, I'm hoping we at least get one win over whoever we end up facing in the playoffs. You know, because I try not to get one. You know, our team, well, me, not get swept. Because I don't know, just to throw in certain individuals' faces. You know, for funsies. You know how I usually do that, but no. Either way, though, I've had fun. I've enjoyed myself very much. I enjoyed all the people I came across here in the league, facing off, and I'm hoping to see how long it lasts, right, in the playoffs.
Yeah. Do you want to call your shot and just say you're winning the whole thing right now, or
no,
okay.
no. I mean, no. But again, overall, just had fun, and hoping it continues on in playoffs.
You're gonna win the whole thing.
Fear, pressure's on you.
I mean, you're the anchor, dude.
No. Okay. Thank you, Fear. Very nice teammate there.
No, you're the anchor. You're the one that keeps us grounded.
Anchor.
Yeah. Anchor's a good thing.
Yeah, of course. When you put it that way, I guess.
Days, I hope that since maybe the season's kind of wrapped up for you, we'll be able to hear more of you on the mic.
Oh, I'll be around.
Aww.
I'll be around. It depends. It depends how many Europeans are going to schedule races at 4 a.m.
Yeah, that is also true.
If they keep doing that, then no, you won't hear me. But otherwise, yeah.
Yeah, also shout out to Days for being able to schedule this with us. I know it's very difficult when you have 3 different runners from different time zones to work with. So thanks again, James.
Got to get our worldwide racer there in Gamma. That's all. It's all good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, guys, I'm going to take off. Thanks for doing everything. Thanks to trackers and stuff. I'm going to go because I'm getting poked and being told that it's time to go play Pokemon Go. So right. See you guys later.
Have fun,
GG's
Days.
GG's. Yeah, GG's to Dazed and Chimo, Leftovers Forever. GG's to Gamma and Ramon and the Beastie Boys. Good luck, Gamma, as we go forward. And
thanks, and another shout out to you guys as well. Fear Agent Clear Moss for doing comms, and Daruk and Marcy for doing tracking. Thanks again, appreciate that.
Yeah, for sure. Claire Mouse, thanks again for doing this.
No, thank you. This was a blast, Fear. Thank you so much. Anytime.
Yeah,
just ask.
Especially with the seed that we got. That was so super fun and silly.
Yeah.
So shout outs again to our trackers, Daruk and Marcy, again, keeping us in line because you and I missed a lot.
Yeah. No, it's 4 screens, right? I mean, I'm so just impressed by our trackers, Marcy and Daruk. I mean, awesome. Like, I mean, they're super skilled. They literally just catch everything. So I'm really, really thankful for them. So thank you so much, guys.
I think it's going to do it. Yeah. Oh, check out SpeedGaming 2. There's a race going on. Don't forget to track us. Oops, all foxes. Don't forget to track us trying to clinch that playoff spot. So go check that out. Yeah. I think that's going to do it. Go eat some leftovers, Claire Mouse.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm on it. Yeah, it's dinner time. So, all right. Thanks, Fear. All right. Have a great, happy, day after Thanksgiving. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah.